Hello, everybody. What's up, peoples? Yes, I am on day 2 of Tung Oil, and I just wanted to show you guys a little sneak peek of what's going on. Here we got the top coat. The top coat is coming out really beautiful. Again, this is only my second coat, and what you're seeing on the shine of it all is the oil. So I did about 5 minutes of actually rubbing in the oil as hard as I could into the grain, and then going past it after and letting it like a nice thick coat sit on there so all the pores can absorb the oil. But so why do I say tung oil is one of the best finishes on a pure, one-of-a-kind custom koa? Well, let's take it back. We are respecting our native trees, and koa is our most exotic tree on our island. It's like jewelry, as someone said, but if you think about it, it's so rare, it's so hard to come by, where we have a hard time getting beautiful pieces. And again, you know, the traveler guitar is a beautiful koa piece guitar, but as you can see, it is part of the straight grain of the tree. So if you was to look at any of the other Koa bodies that came from this piece, and I'm going to be doing the Koa Traveler videos, and you know, please subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay posted on all the custom builds and what's going on at the shop and how things are doing, you know. This is Indian rosewood with the second coat of tung oil. Looks really black. I mean, I just buffed it off. Hard to see. Oh, there you go. Now you can kind of see it. Second coat, second one. The sides, the pores, all collecting. So I got about 10 more minutes to either chill and hang, or you guys can ask me questions. But no, we're respecting our native wood, and you know, koa's a sacred wood for Hawaii and Hawaiians, and so having a tung oil, which is from another tree, just gives it a little more respect, you know, instead of putting solvents and chemicals and hardeners and catalysts and everything. And then, you know, this is going to be the truest form of tone on a guitar. And if we were in a classroom and I was the teacher and I said, in a classroom of 100,000 guitar players, I'm going to go that big. But if I was in a classroom with 100,000 guitar players and I said, raise your hands, those of you that played a tung oil bodied guitar, and how was the tone compared to a super shiny gloss finish? And you know what? I would think maybe only 2% of the class would actually raise their hand. And I think that might be a staple. So all of our custom guitars, all of the necks are going to be tung oil finished. Not an option for our exotic guitars. It's a longer process, a lot more labor intensive. So, you know, a lot of people think, oh, you're just rubbing oil on the body. You're not. You're literally forcing the oil into the grain. Then you let it soak up into the grain, right? And then after you buff it all off, for the next 2 to 3 hours, you have to keep checking on it for sweating. And what happens is the tung oil gets sucked into the grain, and then in that 2 to 3 hour time period of a window, it sweats out more tung oil. And if you don't catch the sweat, the little sweat ant granules that come out of the wood, and you buff it off, it'll dry to like a clear streak or a clear bubble, and you're gonna have to sand it to get it out. So this process that I'm doing, honestly, to tung oil the body, it takes me about an hour roughly. But again, there's the 2 to 3 hour time period after I'm done buffing off the oil. So again, what I'm doing here is I am soaking in all that glorious pure tung oil. And it's such a beautiful piece. I'd show you the back, but the top's wet. And Once you get to this stage, you're gonna have to buff it off within 15 to 20 minutes. Or if not, it gets really gummy and sticky. So if this was a spray job, I'd be done with it. I'd put probably like 7 coats on it, be finished in the first day. Let it cure for 3 weeks to a month. Wet sand buff polish, and you have that beautiful glass chocolate albizia look. But on this one, people, I am going for the tung oil. And I am doing 13 coats. They recommend 2. Some of the vintage luthiers out there do 5 to 7 coats. And the more coats you build upon, the more glossy it gets. So I'm going 13 because that's my number. And I think I have to go and start buffing this off before it gets tacky. But you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Facebook, share it, and help me build this channel up to something where it's a lot easier for people to see what I'm doing. And I hope you guys are enjoying what's happening. I'm trying to keep it exciting. But here's the last look at this beautiful piece of koa. Whew, some Indian rosewood covers in the back. And I got Indian rosewood knobs that are gonna go for the tone and the volume. So, again, this is wet. When I buff it off, it's a totally different look. I can't lift it up to show you the back. I did the back first and I end with the top. So the top I can really focus a lot of oil on. But again, respect to our Hawaiian native tree, the koa. And my middle name is Koa, or Kekoa. So in Hawaiian, that means the warrior. So this is the warrior tree, This is a beautiful piece of wood. Whew! Gonna really be excited for you beta testers out there to submit your entry when I get everything ready to go. And this guitar is gonna go traveling, Like the Hawaiians, we sail the oceans to find the islands. This guitar is going to cross the oceans into hopefully a lot of great musicians and a lot of artists that really can take note of a really rare, beautiful piece and a really great playing and sounding instrument. So you guys keep posted for that beta link. But again, the guitar got to be complete. So you got a couple more months before this one goes traveling. But thank you guys for your support. All right.